Well, hello again. Welcome again to another episode of Down to Earth but Heavenly Minded. And I'm your host, Irvish. And today you'll notice there's just a little difference on my screen. I had a nice wallpaper this morning. It's Abraham Lake in Alberta, Canada. I thought I'd use it as a background for my video, my image. And so I just thought I'd let you know what that is. That's a beautiful, beautiful picture. Well, anyway, we are still in the book of Numbers. We're going to be in chapter 31 today, and this is the vengeance on Midian. Let's get the right screen up here. There we are. Okay, reading through our text this morning. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Avenge the people of Israel on the Midianites. Afterwards, you shall be gathered to your people." So Moses spoke to the people, saying, uh, "Arm men from among you for war, that you may go against Midian and execute the Lord's vengeance on Midian. You shall send 1,000 from each of the tribe, excuse me, each of the tribe to war." So they were provided out of 1,000 of Israel, 1,000 from each tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them to war, 1,000 from each tribe against, uh, together with Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, with the vessels of the sanctuary and the trumpets and the alarm in his hand. They warred against Midian. As the Lord commanded Moses, and killed every male. They killed the king of Midian, and with the rest of the slain, Evi, Rechem, Zulum, Hu, and Reba, and 5 kings of Midian. And they also killed Balaam, the son of Beor, with the sword. Remember, he was the prophet who was asked to curse Israel and couldn't. And the people of Israel took captive the women of the Midians and their little ones. And they took as plunder all the cattle, their flocks, and all their goods, all their cities in the place where they lived, and all their encampments. And they burned with fire, and took all the spoils and all the plunder, both of men and of beasts. Then they brought the captives of the plunder and the spoils of and to Moses and to Eleazar the priest, and to the congregation of the people of Israel at the camp on the plains of Moab, by the Jordan at Jericho. Moses and Eleazar the priest and all the chiefs of the congregation went to meet them outside the camp, and Moses was angry with the officers of the army, and commanders of thousands, and the commanders of hundreds, who had come from serving in a war. Moses said to them, "Have you let all the women live? Behold, those of Balaam's advice caused the people of Israel to act treacherously against the Lord in the incident of Peor, and so the plague came upon the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has known a man by living with him. But all the young girls who have not known men by lying with them, keep alive for yourself. Encamp outside the camp 7 days, whoever of you have killed any person, and whoever has touched any slain, purify yourself and your captives on your third day, and on the third day, and on the seventh day. You shall purify every garment, every article of skin, all works of goat's hair, and every article of wood. Then Eleazar the priest said to the men in the army who had gone to battle, "This is the statute of the law that the law has commanded Moses. Only the gold and silver and bronze, the iron and tin and the lead, everything that can stand the fire, shall pass through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall also be purified with water for purification, for purifying. And whatever cannot stand the fire, you shall pass through the water. You must wash your clothes on the seventh day, and you shall be clean. And afterwards you may come into the camp." The Lord said to Moses, "Take the count of the plunder that was taken, both of men and beast. You and Eleazar the priest, and the heads of the father's house of the congregation, and divide the plunder into two parts before the warriors who went out to battle, and to all the congregation, and levy for the Lord a tribute from the men of war who went out to battle, 1 out of 500 of the people, and of the oxen, and of the donkeys, and of the flock. Take it from their half, and give it to Eleazar the priest as a contribution to the Lord. And after the people of Israel, half you shall take, one dawn out of 50 of the people, and of the oxen, and of the donkeys, and of the flocks, and of the cattle, and give them to the Levites, who keep guard over the tabernacle of the Lord." And Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Lord commanded Moses. Now the plunder remaining of the spoils that the army took was 675,000 sheep, 72,000 cattle, 61,000 donkeys, and 32,000 persons in all, women who had not known men by lying with him. And the half of the portion of those, excuse me, and half the portion of those that had gone out in the army numbered 337,500 sheep, and the Lord's tribute of the sheep was 675. The cattle were 36,000. Of the Lord's tribute was 72. I gotta stop for a minute and have something to drink here. The donkeys were 30,500, of which the Lord's tribute was 61. The persons were 16,000, of which the Lord's tribute was 32 persons. And Moses gave the tribute which was contributed to the Lord to Eleazar the priest, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Now from the people of Israel, half which Moses separated from that of the men who had served in the army. Now the contributions, half was 337,500 sheep, 36,000 cattle, and 30,500 donkeys, and 16,000 persons. From the people of Israel, half Moses took, one of every 50, both of the persons and of the beast, and gave them to the Levites, who kept guard over the tabernacle of the Lord, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Then the officers who were over the thousands of the army, the commanders and the thousands over the commanders in the hundreds, came near to Moses and said to Moses, Your servants have counted the men of war who are under your command, and there is not a man missing from us. And we have brought the Lord's offering, what each man found articles of gold, amulets and bracelets and signet rings, earrings and beads, and, to make atonement for ourselves before the Lord. And Moses and Eleazar the priest received from them the gold, all crafted articles, and all the gold that was contributed, and the presents to the Lord, for the commanders of thousands and of the commanders of hundreds was 16,750 shekels. The men of the army had each taken plunder for himself, and Moses and Eleazar the priest received the gold from the commanders of thousands and of hundreds, and brought it into the tent of meeting as a memorial for the people of Israel before the Lord. Wow, and that completes the reading of our word. And these are the things that happen. And they did go to war with all these different nations, and these were the instructions of the Lord on what to do. And there are those that will question, well, why did God do this? Well, he was purifying the people for himself. And God is God, and God can do whatever he wants to do, and we are not to question it. So this is historical facts that we're reading. Well, anyway, that ends our session for today, and we will continue on tomorrow, and we will try to get through the book of Numbers here soon. So, bye for now.